Yo, it's our 20th episode. Yo, that was quick. Look, this lady right here. Look at this lady. No, that lady. Look at her. Look at that lady right there. She's so happy because it's our 20th episode. Oh, and guess what, everybody? We're back on fucking Twitch. And somebody said I could say the F word. Fuck, 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 fuck. That's what I think about the fucking internet. And while everybody's trying to follow the rules, you got guys like me that still don't give a fuck. Good morning, everybody. We're back on fucking Twitch. And I could tell you a whole bunch of reasons for that. Now, of course, if you watch the Honeycomb Hideout, it's still on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch, aka Twitch, every Wednesday if Twitch is your thing. We have a long, deep we have a long, deep and multifaceted relationship with Twitch. We have an on again, off again, and that's because their system is on again, off again. In a world where we can make developments, in an overnight update, like the whole world can change if Spotify updates its terms. Imagine that. Imagine having that much power where all you have to do is update your terms on Facebook and it could potentially change the fucking world. Like, what are some things that they could do right now that would change the world today? Like something really simple, like just not being able to send money on social media is something that would change the world today. And that we've only been able to do that since like 2018. Just think about that. If all of a sudden you couldn't, think of all the people that support our programs. Think about all the people that support sepsis. If it wasn't for social media, we'd be fucking homeless. I'm gonna keep it real. If it the music industry never wanted nothing to do with us. So I mean, honestly. I don't think we have any. Honestly, I don't think we have any ongoing, honest music industry administrative relationships. Seriously, from publishers to distributors to our very own signed, sealed record label. Literally each and every one of those relationships that we have are fucking criminal. I wouldn't call it anything else. So I don't know. I mean, I guess they'll just probably update it again. But we're back on Twitch because Twitch is making several advancements, developments, in terms of not shadow banning musicians anymore. If you guys don't know, music is pretty much banned anywhere on the internet, really, but Twitch for real. But there are many places on the internet where not celebrity music is fucking banned. Like, you can't play music on Twitch, and if you do, you will be shot down. You know what I mean? You will be shot down, meaning you will be removed from the platform. They will shadow ban you. They will remove your account entirely. So there's been some advancements most recently on Twitch regarding how music is going to be played, what they're going to allow. I guess they're encouraging DJs to come back to Twitch and stuff like that. And we're here now. We are broadcasting on Twitch now. So if you are on Twitch, I know we used to make a living on Twitch, broadcasting on Twitch. during the lockdowns, Twitch was great because it really helped us. It helped us release our first record ever. It allowed us to connect to people that we may never hadn't we been there. Yeah. So it's been a late start to every day. Yep. So that's where we are. We're back there now. So this is now the William versus the World stream has now been included on Twitch also. Melissa was telling me our other streams are there, but ever since our original like Kitchen Queens and the gamers and all those people that used to watch Melissa's streams, in my opinion, I don't know if they were music fans or not, but throughout the years, like during the lockdowns and stuff like that, we pulled in a lot more fans of the internet and influencer fans and streamer fans. Not like, I wouldn't say fans of our music or fans of heavy metal necessary. It was just people that, lonely people. People got lonely during the pandemic, and Melissa had some really cool programs, and I think that she really helped bring the world together every day into a safe space where people could manage their anxiety and their fears, and she did a great service for all of those people. And they stabbed her in the back. Like I knew they would. Because they weren't fans of music. They were just fans of streaming. I knew that the whole time. I hate being right about stuff like that because I love Melissa so much. But I do want all those people to know that I was never fooled. All right. I was never fooled, and they know I wasn't. Hans knows that. Hans was here the whole time. Hey, Pat, good morning. Good morning. Hey, guys, let's jump into this, though, because you guys come here to learn about the music industry. I promised that I was going to catch up on some of this today. You guys know how I feel about Sirius XM. I'm just going to read this. This may be boring for people that aren't actually in the music industry. So if you're just a music fan and you've rebranded, the industry, if you've rebranded that something to a category that consumers can readily digest, then I think you're in a class of your own. This information that I'm going to tell you now is packed with information for actual musicians, working musicians that claim it on their taxes, working musicians that pay their bills and get groceries through art and entertainment. So that's why this next article is quite important. And if you really are somebody that wants to learn some of the modern day players, especially in terms of the independent and publishing, this is important information. SiriusXM confirms layoffs as MLC sues Pandora over royalties. If you don't know who or what the MLC is, they are the Music Licensing Collective, okay? And basically, they are like a third-party PRO. And you guys are probably like, what the fuck does that mean? This is the reason why I have this live conversation broadcast, is to talk about things like this. The music industry is unrecognizable to the average person. So that's why I have this program, so we can learn about the MLC and the PRO and the ABCDEF, yo. But that's why we got to do all this, because it's fucking crazy. It's like reading hieroglyphics. This is why I think it's hilarious when I see music connoisseurs think that they understand what the music industry is. This is fucking bizarre stuff. So the MLC is the Music Licensing Collective. If you don't have a brain, then follow with me. But if you do have a stronger mind to absorb this information, please stop being lazy and pick up your phone or your laptop or whatever the fuck you have near. Don't wait for me to give you all the information that I'm about to give you, because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to read here, you're going to need to know bits and pieces on your own. And because the music industry is so fragmented and emotional, a lot of us dreamy rock stars, we only want to read bits and pieces of the shit. I'm going to give you the whole thing. The MLC, the Music Licensing Collective, if you are in a band or you're an artist that publishes music and you don't know who they are, or you don't understand PROs, or you have no research and you haven't looked them up yet, you are really behind. Thank you, everybody. No, dead ass. That means you're not doing things correctly. So I'll try to explain this. When you make a recording, even at your home, right? People may not know this. I don't know if you do or you don't. But let's say I make a song. Let's say me and Melissa make a song. Okay, it's not like we call Mark Zuckerberg and ask him if we could put it on Facebook. That's not quite how it works. And you may not know this, but your favorite bands and artists and rappers, they don't call up iTunes. There's not like a piece of paper. You go down to the town hall and you say, hey, I'm going to fill out this application for my band to be on Pandora or Spotify. Now, there's good parts about that and there's bad parts about that, right? So the good part is that almost anyone can be on Pandora or iTunes. Almost anyone, nearly anyone. I mean, you could play the piano and fart on the microphone. You could fart and shit your pants on the microphone and upload your music to Spotify. That's how low they're willing to go. They don't care what it is. I mean, if you wanted to play some chords out of key and blow your nose on the microphone, you can upload your music to Spotify. And that is, yes.
They're saying to tilt your camera up a little bit.
What's wrong with the fucking camera?
I don't know. Hans messaged me saying your camera needs to go up a little.
What the fuck? Oh, okay, yeah, it is fucked up. Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the thing had fell down. I'm sorry about that. How long has it been like that? God damn it. You guys have been looking at my fucking head the whole time. Sorry about that. Damn it. See, I'm still new at this. This is the 20th episode. All right. Right? What the fuck is going on here? I need to get my act together. That's funny. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just talk shit. All right. Here we go. We're never going to get through this. This might have to be a two-part series. So where was I? Okay, so it's not just like it's not just like you make a song and then you call Pandora and ask them if you can upload it. It's not quite like that. And the good news is that anybody can loop a drum sample or a beat and then shit all over the microphone and poop and puke and yell obscenities. And then you can upload it to Spotify and be seen and be cataloged with other famous musicians. I mean, I guess that's the big reward for being on the DSPs. That's why everybody wants to do it, because you can be an amateur or a complete loser and upload your music to the largest music streaming sites in the world. You don't need to know how to play any music. There are no qualifications. There are no educational prerequisites, ledgers, or certificates that qualify anyone with the ability to make music. As far as none of these things are needed for you to upload your music to digital service providers. What is qualified for anyone to upload music to the internet is money. So if you have money, you can loop music and shit on the microphone and upload your music to a streaming giant like Spotify. And that's the big reward. That's the mystique. That's the good thing about it. The good thing about Spotify is that you don't even need to be a musician to be on it. That's the good thing. But the bad thing about that is you don't need to be a musician to be on it. The bad thing about Spotify is you can loop and string beats together and vomit and shit all over the microphone and play out of key. And play out of time and make racket and noise. And as long as you have money, you can upload it to Spotify. So that's the good thing about it and the shitty thing about it. It's a come one, come all inclusive, pay to play experience. But there are some steps that you have to take as an independent musician to get your music on these applications. And I'm going to try to run it down for you right now. You guys have heard of like TuneCore or CD Baby or DistroKid. And there's a handful. I mean, those are some of the popular ones. But there are hundreds of companies that are willing to accept your media and upload it, and they do like bulk uploads, massive uploads to all of the retail stores and digital service providers. Let me explain. Say you're a band and you write a song. You can then take that song file and you give CD Baby some money. You fill out a quick questionnaire, and in a matter of minutes, any person with a laptop or cell phone can upload music to the internet. That's how easy it is. So anyone that's listening to me right now, if you've got GarageBand, not even GarageBand, if you've got your little sister's laptop, if you want to do acapellas, if you want to just scream into your phone and beatbox, doesn't matter. You can upload your music today and have your music on Spotify by tomorrow morning. And like I said, that is the great thing about the modern music era and the terrible things. Because that means it's such a broad range and spectrum of what is qualifiably music. Most people sign up for these services. Most people and fans of music sign up because they want to experience music. And let's face it, you guys don't have to dig through hours of audio and terrible musicians to get to the musicians you like, because the musicians that you like are naturally searchable. And because of the algorithm and emerging AI, playlisting, a lot of music that you like is pooled in with similar styles and moods, right? So that's the good thing about it, and that's also a terrible fucking thing about it, because independent artists pay a lot of money to play a part in this, and the independent music industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry that the main players want nobody to find out about. So why shadow ban independent musicians? So the rest of the world won't know that they're valuable. It's that simple. There's no money. There's not enough money if you make these artists discoverable, because that promotes a type of competition that the limited few at the top really don't want. So I know that was a lot to say, but that's why we have this program, because we can't fit this into a 20-second reel. We can't fit this in at the Honeycomb Hideout. So that's how you get your music on to Spotify or Pandora. Okay, so when you give these companies money to publish the music, there'll be a number of boxes that you can check, and they will be the retail stores and digital service providers upon you uploading music. So let's say I want to upload Blacklight Invasion, right? I upload Blacklight Invasion, I put the title in and all that other stuff, and then I'll be able to actually check the boxes. I want it to go to Spotify. I want it to go to Snapchat. I want it to go, and any artist can do this. Any independent artist can do this. You could do this today. And then you check the boxes, and then there's one more step that some people may or may not understand, and there is digital identifiers and metadata that is written inside of the music file when you're creating the music. So I know this is where it's going to get tricky for some people, because you're probably wondering, like, where do they get the numbers? How do they count the numbers? When people are talking about the numbers, where are they getting these numbers? And how are they determining how much a song is getting played? I mean, AI wasn't around forever, and let's face it, you could just speed songs up or slow them down or manipulate them like they do on TikTok, so the machines don't recognize them. So we know it's easy to get around copyright and copyright infringement, because the kids have figured out that they can speed up the songs or slow them down, and the intelligent machines won't be able to catch copyrights. So you're probably wondering, like, how do they know when, Vanilla Ice is playing? How do they know that it's Vanilla Ice? And how do they calculate how many times Vanilla Ice has been played? So when artists, and this is what you may not know out there, everybody, if you're in a band or you're an artist and you don't do this, that just means you're fucked. It means you've been fucking yourself the whole time. All right? So this is how we fuck them back. We fuck people back with knowledge and education. We remove fear and ignorance, and we replace it with education, knowledge, and power. And that power is converted, that raw power is converted into intelligent and valuable energy. And it's that energy that we use to reshape the world, everybody. But they all start out as raw materials and need to be refined. And that's what we're doing here today. So, there used to be a company called Nielsen. There is no more Nielsen. But you might have heard it before. If you're an older musician, you will remember something called SoundScan. Nielsen SoundScan. If you don't know what that is, again, that's what I'm talking about. This is why the music industry is completely unrecognizable to people who even think they like music. For people that even think that they're supporting their artists, for people to even think that they're participating and don't. This is the very basic stuff. This is basic stuff they talk about in the bathroom. So when you're creating a music file or an album, there's several different file types. But I know for like an album, you might use like a DDP image type. And it's a file where you can put album art in it. You can put notes in it. You can write inside of the file. You'll be able to write images. You'll be able to print codes and identifiers. Say you got 11 songs on an album. I'll be able to go in song by song, and I will be able to write and print metadata into this entire file. So before it goes up, before it's uploaded to the internet or given to my record label, the songs themselves actually have written almost like fingerprints, you guys. Each and every Sepsis song that's recorded has a fingerprint on it. And that fingerprint, it's a code. And there are many codes associated with publishing music, you guys. Many. There are many codes and identifiers that are associated with publishers like myself. If you guys don't know this, if you're uploading music and you've never heard of this before, holy shit. This is just regular boys' locker room shit if you're a musician. So if you don't know, if you think you're a fucking DJ or whatever the fuck you think your role is in the music industry, if you don't know about any of this stuff, you might want to rethink what your role is. And that means you've never read anything about music. You've just liked artists or not liked artists, and then you've had an opinion about it on the internet. This is different. This is not my opinion. So this is how we embed and encode our music and track our music online. If you play one of my songs in Africa, I know about it. Now, if you're uploading your music through one of these bulk stockpile distributors like DistroKid or TuneCore, then you'll be able to check the boxes for the stores that you want your music uploaded to. But if you don't have your own codes, if you don't have your own identifiers, if you don't have the identifiers written inside of the metadata, either in your WAV files or DDP files or whatever, if you don't have these codes that are embedded and encoded within your music, you will not be able to track your music accurately across the internet. Woo! That took me so long. That took me 20 fucking minutes. I need to use the bathroom. Whoa. It's crazy because, hold on, let me get back to my screen so I could talk to y'all for a second, because I'd like, to be real with you, I wanted to get into some articles today, but do you see what I mean? Like, even when we just start to talk, even when we just scrape at the surface, it's so difficult to even, it's challenging to get into a real talk about the music industry, because We have to get past all of the folklore. We have to get past the language barrier between independent artists, professional artists, industry techs and execs. Everyone's speaking different languages. You know, the person that just really loves music and believes that music is authentically what I'm saying is there are some people in this world that don't need to make music an economy or a popularity contest. There are some people out there that just enjoy it for what it is, as a natural birthright. That's what I'm saying. There's not so many people that want to be caught up in all the strain and stress of it, because it takes the fun out of it. If you know what I mean, if you went to a football game and you noticed that, oh wow, those arena lights were out, and hey, those guys are wearing mismatching socks, and the popcorn's cold, and I just noticed that there's no merch here at this event. You start stressing out about the quality of the NFL, and you forget, oh shit, I'm here to watch the game. Nicholas, how's it going? Scott, I see you, brother. Yeah, they say I'm doing too much. That could be. There's so many steps just to get a song out. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Doug says, that's me, but you're making this shit interesting. I love it. Oh, man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, to keep it real, that's my hope, man. Doug, you're bringing me a little bit of hope. Because that's all I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? If anything else, we are frustrated musicians. But this is a way for us to not only read every day and stay up on emerging technology, the law each day, but it's also, this is my opportunity to repurpose some of that research. This is my opportunity to repurpose some of my own pain and turn it into something good, and hopefully introduce some new conversations and ideas that will invoke the spirit, that will encourage some of you to laugh a little bit more, to learn a little bit more. And also, I'm going to be arming you with the best way to support, me and Melissa and our band and the bands that we love. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take my experience, some of my pains, and this is my job. This is what I do for a living. And some of you may or may not know that, but this is my job. It is my job to add value and to reshape the world. It is my job to speak as boldly as I do about all of these things and train myself and all of you out there that take this stuff really seriously. There is a larger system of goals. There is a larger panoramic picture. Excuse me. And we'll get there. We'll get there one day. But we have to start somewhere. And that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. I'm hoping, if anything else, but to help train and arm my real supporters. People that are not afraid to be a fan of what I'm talking about. People who have the courage, people who have the energy and the interest in coming together and unifying to add value in establishing the truth about the world, art, the way we treat each other, and in our general quality in time here together. if I can invoke the spirit each and every day, I feel like I'm doing my part. And that's why this is a live program, so we could be doing it together. You know what I'm saying? Scott says, knowledge is power and power is knowledge. The music industry is a very deceptive world. If you don't understand it, you must learn about it or you will be fucked. Like anything in life, if you want to do anything, learn about it first. That is the key to your future. Damn. Scott would make a great co-host. Thank God he's here with me every day. That is why I couldn't have said it better. It's amazing to me, Scott. It's amazing to me, Chad. It is amazing to me, Nicholas, that people want to be so involved in something and at the same time they're fearful to just examine the boundaries, the limits, the ups, the downs. You know, if you looked at temperature, you'd have an argument of when hot became cold. You know, let's say that this pen represents everything hot and cold. Okay? You'd be looking at this, and this, just for now, this is all of temperature. Okay? This is the hottest of hot. This is the coldest of cold. Okay? Let's just say. But we know in reality that temperature is much hotter than this, and we know in reality that it gets much colder than this. But just for this conversation, this silly little symbol here, this pen, is going to represent all of temperature. So if this is cold and this is extreme heat, when does cold become hot? And when does hot become cold? Or are we just measuring the same thing over and over and over again? Are we just measuring temperature? When does the back become the front? So, when I'm looking at something, I want to see the extremes. They might not all be visible to me. But, if I wanted to be a football player, I would want to look at the best and the worst of it. If I wanted to be a scientist, I would want to look at all my hopes, my risks and investments. But there's something about the music industry. We all automatically want to promote ourselves and advertise as if we are all experts. So I got a round of people throughout the years that have accused me of pretending to be an expert. And I said, oh God, no. I could never be an expert at the music industry, because I'm at least smart enough to know that measuring extremes, I can't measure an industry that I'm not part of. So I've never pretended to be an expert about the music industry, because I know that most of the industry is influenced by the law and driven by technology. And let's face it, both of these things are invisible at the consumer level. So yeah, you need to, buckle up for due diligence. You know what I'm saying? So no, I never brag about being an expert at the music industry, because I know damn well that it is evolving moment to moment, day to day. And that is why I have chosen the cognitive purpose to be here each and every day. I realized that you can't talk about the music industry in a 20-second clip. You can't talk about the music industry on Just Wednesday, because there's court cases and litigation, hiring and firing. There's technology and websites and apps that are going up and down every single day. And also, at that rate, there are new crimes that are being created in the music industry every day, because the technology moves faster than the human beings that write the laws to protect the musicians. Woo! Did you hear what I said? And if you could just realize that, you'd realize why I don't pretend to be an expert, but why I'm misunderstood so much when I talk on the internet. Because if you saw a 40-second clip of me talking about the internet, I'm talking about the music industry, you might think that I'm pretending to be an expert. But in all reality, nobody, I don't think no one is an expert in terms of the music industry, because no one's figured out how to pay musicians. If you were an expert at the music industry, you'd be an expert at banking. And you'd be an expert at technology. You'd be an expert at social media. You'd be an expert at marketing. Because that's the music industry. The music industry is an economy. Music, on the other hand, is art. I don't want to get too far away. You have to embed each song, Hans, with metadata and digital identifiers in order for your music to be calculated, cataloged, and for musicians to be paid correctly. So, Nielsen SoundScan was sold to a company and acquired by Luminate. Okay? See, I'm not looking none of this stuff up. You see how I just know it? So Nielsen SoundScan has given their assets to Luminate. Luminate is now doing the job that Nielsen SoundScan used to do. And when you are making a recording, you embed your songs with something called IRSC codes. International Recording something code, right? I'll have to look it up. But IRSC, International Recording, somebody could look it up because that would be great. IRSC codes. Every Sepsis song has an IRSC code. And if you're a musician and you don't know this, then you're just fucking really, you probably should be paying me to manage you. So the way that you have to buy these IRSC codes. I forgot to tell you that. Of course. You know that. So think of if you're a musician and you have not purchased IRSC codes, you're a fool. And you might not want to hear that. That might be depressing to you, but that means you are fucking 20 years behind. That's scary. Go read it. Go look it up. Look up IRSC codes. If you are a musician or a rapper or an artist and you have music that's been published and you have not embedded your music with your personal identifier codes, your IRSC codes, then you are behind. Sorry about that. And it means because you didn't want to listen to Uncle Will. I've been telling you guys to listen to me for years about this shit. But a lot of times in this music industry, everyone's ego first, and we are all influenced. We are all trained. We are all obsessed with being experts first, with looking like we're experts about it. We are much more interested in looking like we can fight rather than just learning how to fight. We are too interested as a species of looking like we can fuck instead of just fucking. You know what I'm saying? We're too interested in talking like we can talk instead of just talking. We're too interested in talking like we do shit instead of just doing. Musicians, especially independent loser musicians, are more interested in proving to other musicians that they're musicians rather than just playing the fucking music. And that is the independent music industry. That is what all these products are designed for. Showboating, self-worship, selfie stick stupidity. That's the whole point, is to cater to people that wanna be experts, because there's a limited people that want to do the work and become something more than themselves. They don't want to be a part of something that's more than themselves. But the thing is, the truth is, in order to have any real successful music community, we need to accept that it's bigger than ourselves. That music is bigger than the brands. That the brands cannot rebrand independence. That is a birthright. Scott says, the music industry changes and grows day in and day out. Been like that for decades. Think about it this way. If you were a doctor, you have to learn and follow it every day. He's right. He's right. Microbials change every day. Biodiversity is emerging every day. The health department and the economy of the health department, the budgets change every day. The information and science changes every day. Scott is absolutely right. You'd have to be in your medical journals every day. If you were a nurse, you'd have to have apps on your phone that readily had emerging technology and knowledge about tools and education in the medical industry. You're absolutely right, dude. And he says here, it changes quickly. New medicines, new technology, diseases come out. That's the way the music industry as well. It flows, it changes. But like I said earlier, you have to learn about your craft to move on, right? And you know who teaches this bullshit ass mirage? You know who feeds this mirage, this folklore? The music industry, the people who build the gadgets and the products to distract you and cater to wannabes. That is the whole game. It's so real. You know, all of these companies, not even in the music industry, all of these apps, all of the gadgets, everything on your phone, it's all competing. It's all tugging. Every moment and every minute that you wake up each day, you know, all of these companies and corporations, even myself included, we're all, we're all asking for your attention, you know? And you guys, you can't give it to everybody all the time. You know, whether it's Morning Joe or Joe Rogan or Melissa Wolf or the Metaverse or the Xbox Live, everyone, all day, we're all competing for attention and energy, and we all want to be happy. Well, a lot of us do. But Scott, you make a good point, bro. So about the IRC codes, if I couldn't even get into this. So look at that. Look how crazy it is. I brought up this article, and I could not even, we started this article. Wow. Like, we started this article almost an hour ago. I couldn't even get to the article, Melissa, because you really can't start a conversation about the Music Licensing Collective without giving everybody a rundown on Nielsen SoundScan, Luminate, and embedding IRSC codes with distributors. Do you see how difficult this is to talk about? That's how hard it is. Like, if I sat down and people say, well, how do you guys get paid? Or how do you guys make a living? How does it work? Just talking about it like that, it took me 40 minutes.
I bet.
Wow.
You like never get through all your links.
I can't, right? How am I supposed to do it? See, but that's the thing. If I don't train everybody, if I don't tell everybody about all of these words, if we don't make a basic dictionary here, I can't never get through or teach you guys anything about the music industry, because I'm going to get to a part where I go, the metadata, the DSP, the ABC, the EFG, and no one's going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm going to say the MLC and the 1, 2, 3, and everyone's going to say, you know what, fuck this. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so these are two separate stories. The lawsuit isn't the reason for the layoffs, but they did add here, it's a bad news day for Sirius XM. I fucking can't stand Sirius XM. Fuck Sirius XM.
You love that clap button, huh?
Fuck them. Yeah, that's right, because when nobody claps for me, I clap. That's why I have a clap button. It's just for me. No. So, I do have, my opinions are strong about Sirius XM because they don't play rock and roll music. They only play celebrities, and they only play, you know, their hand-picked rotation. Sirius XM is a criminal organization. They're a pay-to-play Ponzi scheme organization. And they're mean to musicians, so I don't like them. So there are two separate stories. The lawsuit isn't the reason for the layoffs, but they added up to an extremely bad news day for U.S. satellite radio firm Sirius XM Wacky Radio. Huh? The company announced that it will be laying off 3% of its staff, which that's about 160 people that need to pay the rent, in an effort to become, in the words of CEO Jennifer Wirtz' announcement memo, more efficient, agile, and flexible. So they're feeding less people. They want more money. They want to keep more money. You know, if there's one thing that we've seen in the last 100 days, Netflix, Spotify, in the last year, Meta, all these big companies are laying people off because AI is emerging and they don't need people anymore. So when they're talking about being agile and flexible, that just means they have less human supervisors, that they have less human opinions at their disposal. From uniting teams and better aligning initiatives to investing in new technologies that will power our transformation, we are focused on increasing efficiencies and redeploying resources to support the strategic priorities of our business. That's some fucking word salad, boy. This bitch just said redeploying. Now, you know when some bitch talk about she's redeploying something, she thinks that she's a military powerhouse. She thinks she's playing a game of Command and Conquer. She's redeploying. What in the fuck? That's a military move. Redeploying. In the second round of job cuts, the second round of job cuts for Sirius XM in the last year. Think about that. If you was at your job and this was your second round of cuts at your job, you would be nervous as a motherfucker, wouldn't y'all? You know it's true. If your job, I don't care where you guys work, if you just saw right now 140 people leave the building, you'd be fucking terrified. In the second round of job cuts for Sirius XM in the last year, since last March, around 8% of its workforce at the time were laid off. That's 475 dumb motherfuckers. The company has since relaunched its service in an effort to bring its radio business together with Pandora, its other failing music service that's going to court. Everybody knows Pandora's a piece of shit. Ain't nobody listened to Pandora since they were 16 years old. That shit's got more ads in the back of a Hustler magazine. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Talking of which, the Mechanical Licensing Collective. Remember the MLC, we talked about them earlier. Let's remember. Let's all remember. Okay. The Mechanical Licensing Collective. What did I call it earlier? The Music Licensing Collective? Okay, so it's the Mechanical Licensing Collective. Forgive me, I'm stoned. The Mechanical Licensing Collective, which makes more sense because Luminate and IRSC codes have to do with mechanical royalties. So that's the reason why you embed IRSC codes into the metadata so you can track mechanical royalties. And the MLC is the Mechanical Licensing Collective. It announced yesterday, and I do mean yesterday, that it is suing Pandora, seeking recovery of unpaid royalties and late fees due under compulsory mechanical blanket license used by the service. The MLC is suing Pandora for stealing. And you guys know Pandora is the same company as SiriusXM. Why would the Mechanical Licensing Collective be suing Pandora? For recovery of unpaid royalties and late fees. Stealing. Hey, maybe they're firing everybody so they can pay all this money that they stole. The MLC alleges that Pandora has underreported and underpaid mechanical royalties. There you have it. The MLC alleges that Pandora has underreported and underpaid mechanical royalties for its free tier, with CEO Chris Arend claiming, "Our team repeatedly sought to resolve this issue directly with Pandora, but Pandora refused to correct their reporting or royalty payments. They refuse. They refuse to pay people fairly." What the fuck is good about this? Like, is this the best that we can do as Americans? Is this the best music products that we can have? You have to ask yourself, like, do you listen to Pandora? What justifies these people having the privilege of having this company? Why do we have it? Nobody likes it. They're stealing from people. If I was in court for stealing, nobody would allow me ever on the stage. If I was accused of ripping people off or shortchanging my band members, I wouldn't have a band anymore. Just think about that. If I'd have stole from one person on the internet, we'd have a never-ending amount of comments and paragraphs. Why doesn't anybody talk about this? Pandora and SiriusXM have yet to comment, but will update the web version of this story if and when they respond. What do y'all think about that bullshit? What do y'all think about that, man? I'm just curious. So, going back, Scott says, funny thing about the music industry, there is no guarantee you will get money. Most of the time, you will lose money. And have to pay them. Oops, sorry, it scrolled up. That's my fault. And this is from Scott, by the way. Most of the time, you will lose money. and have to pay them back. Record companies are not here to help you. If you think that they are, you are dead wrong. I can't argue with that, Scott. Dan says here, I believe that. One reason 30 Seconds to Mars got blackballed by the music execs due to them speaking up about the corruption in the music business with their documentary Artifact. I haven't seen that, man. I'm gonna have to go. You know what? I'm gonna have to go see that now, y'all. Here we go. That's why you guys are here. We all learn together. See, I don't just listen to what you guys say and then just go fuck off. I don't do that. I actually listen to what you guys say and then I look into it. I go read about it too. And that's what I'm asking that you guys do. Don't just wait for me to tell you about some shit. If you found something here that's interesting, go look a little bit more into it. For those of you that want me to continue doing this, at least for another couple months, let's all do this together. Let's build this program together. Let's build this knowledge base together. Let's build this team together. This is me trying to build a team with you guys. This is me trying to strengthen, and utilize the internet and music in our space here, to our community, the swarm, all of us together. We don't need everybody to be learning about this stuff. We don't need everybody to agree. We're not looking for agreements. We're not looking to convert people into Sepsis fans. This isn't about people liking our band or something like that. Who gives a fuck about all that stuff? This is about us talking about the music industry every day. We can have a group of people that are actually on this shit every day, developing the truth. And then while everybody's out there enjoying the music products and the apps and everything else, there's at least small pockets and groups of people like us that are like on this shit and learning about it every day. Let's face it, people don't have time to examine the emerging industry every day. I do. That's why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm doing this. So like, I encourage you guys that want me to continue to do this. Let's geek out on this shit like Dungeons and Dragons. Let's arm ourselves. Let's be experts at this. Let's take on the music industry together. I believe if there's enough of us in this program every day, and we continue this on, I believe that we'll build an army, and I believe that we will build an army, a knowledge-based army that is armed with the truth, that is armed with the math and the science, that encourages people to speak out about the truth. And the more we speak out about the truth, the more we develop an authentic and real music community again. And we don't have to get rid of the music industry to do that. Let them be. But we get to create something new. We get to re-energize and breathe new energy and new life in a new industry. An industry that's recognizable to the fans and to the musicians. Yeah. So I also think you maybe like take your phone. I have a notepad in there, and I have just a notes, and it says, William versus the world, and I put all my articles and my all my news feeds and different things, and I have like a whole bunch of music industry email news groups that email me new technology and AI and music industry, especially like the court stuff, everything that's going on in the music industry as far as the court and technology is really where the music industry is. It's not at Corey Taylor's house, or you know what I mean? It really isn't. Even rock and metal, are just like, eh. Like as far as the industry is concerned, they don't even pay attention to rock and metal. You know what I mean? That's something that fans and people love, and that's great on a consumer level. But what we're doing here for an hour every day, this is a deeper dive. It's going to take a little bit more time. So I encourage you guys to keep notes. Maybe have a notepad. Go out and buy like a special notepad, and that way we can all follow along together. Dan says, I believe that in one read. Oh, yeah. Yep, I did that. Nicholas says, shh. shifting labels guised as different things, like, oh, we never said that blank, but we can hide it because 15 other unnecessary things. Hindsight, confused, the bean counters, which so many systems exploit. Pass a law or policy to red tape you down. I feel that. I don't listen to Pandora. I got my CDs and I don't need nothing else. Damn, that's what Scott says. That's awesome, dude. Rob says, you sweep things under the carpet for too long. That's right. I feel that. It's like bacteria building up. He said, yeah, no, people do like CDs, man. We just did a story about that the other day. I honestly can say I don't listen to the radio in my ride. Yeah, we don't either, Scott. It's interesting. There's a big talk about what they're going to do with radio and what they're going to do with airwaves. And it's coming. That conversation is coming. AM radio really started it because if you remember on the Honeycomb Hideout, we were talking about how everyone was coming together and people are going, okay, well, what are we going to do with AM radio now? Like, what's that for? What are we going to use this space for? We still have this space. There's still people that love it. So why aren't we using this space? And what can we do with it? And in terms of music, like, there's so many awesome things that you could do with AM radio and AM space. Why aren't we doing it? FM radio is another one, you know. Clear Channel has had its clutches for a long time. What the hell? Sorry about that. Anyway, you know, radio is another one where it'd be nice to see some changes in that. You know, with everything on the internet now, why do people care so much? That's like the reason why, like, you look at MySpace and how come nobody ever just fixed that code? Like, how come nobody ever just deleted everything and say, okay, it's still a great URL, so let's turn it into something valuable. They never could. Nobody could ever turn it into something valuable. Look at your town, look at your city, and you'll notice, you'll drive past buildings and places, and you go, why couldn't they never make this valuable? How come nobody lives there? And it's all because of greed. It's like, there's a perfectly good building right there, you know. How come homeless people don't live there? How come we can't make that a space for people that don't have things, you know? But why can't people town to town, what's preventing them from utilizing AM radio? What's the problem? Why can't I have an AM radio station? Spin the dial on the FM radio station. You're going to go past a lot of frequencies. There's nothing there. Why is there nothing there? That's strange to me. Why is there nothing nowhere? It's like North Korea. It's just odd to me. Anyway. Hey, we'll do one more I've been waiting to kind of look at this. These are kind of fun. Let's just look at these. We'll look at a couple of these. These are like the coolest inventions, I guess. Here are some of the coolest inventions in 2024. I think let's check it out. The Photo Stick Omni. This looks like something that Hans would like. Instantly back up and protect your photos and videos on every device. When was the last time you backed up your photos? Think about it. These are some of the most valuable files on your computer and phone. If any one of your devices crashed today, how many irreplaceable memories would you lose? I wouldn't, because they're all uploaded to social media. Like the time my daughter dropped my iPhone into the ocean while on vacation. Every photo from our trip, plus tons more, were gone forever. The Photo Stick Omni backs up all the photos and videos stored on your smartphone, tablet, or computer with one touch of a button. It's so easy. Let me just plug it in and follow the directions. That's kind of a good idea. I ain't gonna lie. I like how it has the little if you notice, it has the little options for USB-C, Thunderbolt. Cool. iPhone. Auden Atom, the world's first wireless charging hearing aids for less than $100. Oh my God, I gotta go get Melissa. This lady's like, what the fuck do you want from me? The world's first wireless charging hearing aids for less than $100.
When is this?
Did you know the average pair of hearing aids cost between $3,000 and $5,000, yet they only cost around $100 to make, and that's because humanity is a bunch of pieces of shit.
Yeah, and you usually have to go to a doctor to even get confirmed and all that.
This was a complete shock to Auden Hearing founder Arthur Garber when he wanted to help his grandmother find a way to restore her hearing. On her limited budget, $5,000 felt like highway robbery. He knew something had to be done. Arthur spent years developing the Auden Atom because he believes everyone deserves an affordable and effective solution to hearing loss. Thanks to Arthur's invention, 3,000 people have improved their hearing and quality of life. If you know someone that struggles with hearing loss, Auden could be a life-changing gift. Melissa, you found it. Dude.
Honestly, I'll buy one.
You can hear again. If you guys did not know, our singer can't hear
Out of 1 year.
out of one ear. And we've always wanted to get her a hearing aid. However, we're too poor for $5,000 hearing aid.
So I bought one.
That's crazy. Look at this. No batteries,
Really?
20-hour lifespan before you recharge it. They provide crystal clear sound thanks to the advanced capabilities of the built-in Atom chip.
Can I buy this now?
Can you buy it now? Let's
Is it
check it out.
available?
Let's check it out. Let's
I don't
check
know
it.
if it's like over the counter.
Now, hold on now.
Is
Hold
it
on.
over the counter?
Hold on. See, I told you she'd be into this. Now, see, when I first she was in her office. I went to go get her. She looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what does this person
I
want?
don't know what you wanted.
I want you to hear.
Well,
Son of a bitch.
is it available?
It really is available, dude.
What? I can get this now.
Hold on, they got a better one too. 25 off.
What?
Oh man. Here's the link. I'm gonna send it to you.
Alright.
Now,
Look at this.
before yeah, so before you grab it, let's read about it so I can learn about it too.
Yeah.
You know me, I like to learn. See, this is why I have this program.
Yeah, totally.
Do you see what I mean? Like nobody would ever right. Motherfuckers don't know. So if you're deaf like Melissa, people think that that's funny too. She's a singer that can't hear out of one ear. That is hilarious. It's really not funny. To be honest with you, like we thought it was going to destroy her career earlier when she was a teenager. She had this infection in her ear. And I was pretty much convinced it was over for her. I ain't going to lie.
For sure.
Yo, let me get that soda right there.
I was just about to grab it for myself.
That's what you're drinking right now? Oh, man.
You're out.
Ye-
There's Sprite in there. You want some Sprite?
Yeah, fill me up. This is bullshit. So let's do a couple more of these before I split. Oh! I think I just fucked it up.
What happened?
Oh, no, I didn't. I don't know. I opened something I shouldn't have. Yo, what the hell is this? Oh, I've done it now. I'm going to pretend none of this is happening. That is awesome, huh? Oh, look at this one. Repair anything in just about seconds. Let's face it, most glues and adhesives kind of suck. They're messy and they never seem to hold like they should. Bondic is the way better than glue.
That's what it's called.
Bondic. Yeah, it's called Bondic. It's a great name.
Something wrong with that.
Bondic was invented by a dentist who was inspired by the incredibly strong UV curved bonding compounds he used on the job. He teamed up with a chemical engineer, and together they developed an ingenious liquid plastic welding compound that's 50 times stronger than glue. Wow. Whoa, they're fixing guitars. You apply the liquid formula to the damaged area, shine the special UV light on it, and it hardens into a rock-solid, clear plastic in 4 seconds. You can use it to bond, fix, and rebuild anything, and even fill virtually anything. Once hardened, you can sand, shape, and even paint it. I mean, I think we should probably just start doing our own teeth then. I'll just start fixing my own teeth. Agreed, Hans. This has been an amazing show today. Yo, for real. Thank you guys. You guys have really made that possible, you know. We'll pick up on some of this stuff tomorrow. I love this like invention stuff. This is fucking great. Cool. Hey man, I love y'all to bits and pieces. I really truly do. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Please be cool, be kind out there. I got an action-packed day ahead of me. We got writing. It's daughter day. It's we've got recordings. And of course, you guys, I will be here tomorrow morning and then we'll have the weekend. So prepare for an action-packed live tomorrow. I'll try to come on a little bit earlier so we get some extra time. You guys, in the meantime, be cool. I hope you enjoyed the program, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more music industry, technology, and social media news. Peace.